There were no property damage, animals harmed, or old people injured in this video. Let's get on with the video. Good morning, everyone. We're going to be making a few repairs on our Tiffin Wayfarer today. We'll bring you along on that little work detail. There's always something to do. Every time you drive down the highway, you're taking your home through an earthquake. So things come loose, things need to be repaired. So this is a day in the life of a full-time RVer. The first repair we're going to be making is to weather stripping on the bottom of the door. We're going to remove it, clean it, Lexan sealant on it, and tape it up with blue tape. Let's see what happens. So these are the products we're going to be using. It's really simple. We're going to try the Lexan silicone first and see if that adheres to the door. Usually this works pretty good for about everything. After we get it sealed, silicone on it, we're going to tape it up with blue tape and let it dry. If that don't work, we're on with the heavy duty boy. Gorilla Glue. It'll never come off. The second repair we're going to make today, we hope, if all things go well, is that one of our lights, we have dual speakers on the outside of the RV on the awning, and they have little ring lights in the bottom of them. Well, the one on the left-hand side is burned out, so we're going to replace it, and I'll give you a before shot and an after shot. And by the way, we'll be using this as our ladder. I know it's not OSHA approved, OSHA, ever how you want to say it, but this is what we got to work with. This is the speaker we'll be replacing today, just because this little light that goes right around here is burned out. So they send me a whole new speaker. This is the speaker they sent us to replace the one on the awning that I just showed you. Of course. Where's it made? So let's unbox this thing and see what it looks like. So the third repair we'll be making today is a strip knob. This is what Tiffin sent. All of this for one little knob. When it's hot out, it's always nice to have a fan nearby. Just trying to stay cool. We're going to use some alcohol to clean the old silicone and stuff off the bottom of the door to make sure the next stuff adheres to it. Of course, a simple repair that we think simple ends up being more to it than what met the eye. I'll show you. Actually, it was a little bit more to it than just the weather stripping coming off the door. It's actually the door separating from the frame, the skin of the door, and I'll show you what I mean. So like normal, it's a trip to Harbor Freight or Lowe's. We showed you that the door was separating at the bottom. Of course, that always something else to do when you, on a simple project turns into not so simple. But anyway, we're going to have to go get some clamps, glue the wooden strip on the bottom of the door back to the frame, let that set up, and we've got the trim cleaned up. This is what was on it. And it's actually a two-sided tape that was on the trim. So we'll have to pick up some two-sided tape. And then we'll be able to put it all back together. And hopefully it holds. So initially we thought we'd use Lexan and a blue tape to hold it together. That's not going to work. So we're going to have to bring out the big boy. This will be for the wood trim at the base of the door that actually adheres to the door frame where it's come separated. And then we'll have to pick up a two-sided tape to put the trim back on. So Harbor Freight or Lowe's, here we come. Don't worry, this is a stage 27 rag that's getting ready to be thrown in the garbage. I hear somebody online talk about this rags and stages. So this one's a garbage stage. So the next little thing we're going to tackle is the cabinet knob. Pretty simple knob. Let me show you how the whole system works on the cabinets and the drawers. You have this that mounts on the back of the cabinet door or on a drawer that it has the plunger on it. And that's how it works on the drawer and the door. But let me show you the other pieces that go with it. We'll have a trim ring, goes on the outside of the door, kind of like that. And then your knob screws onto it like that. And it actually has a locking mechanism in it for travel day. And I'll take you inside and show you the one I replaced. They sent enough to do every cabinet door and every drawer in the RV. Now I'm going to tell you, Tiffin takes care of you. This is the knob that's needed to be replaced. It's the one in question. Actually, these are plastic and they strip out fairly easy, so you have to be careful when you pull on them. And it just goes in like this. This is a trim ring I showed you. Then on the back of the door, that is the functioning part of this hardware. Now it's tight, and this is how it works. You close the door, you punch it in, it stays in for travel day. That secures the door. All the drawers have them. They all work the same way. There you go. I don't know how well you can see this, but the screws, Phillips screw head with nuts on the back to take this off. There are 2 zip ties holding all these wires together. So I'm going to have to take these and cut that one and cut that one. And make sure you always keep zip ties on hand. They're wonderful. You take and put your wires together, and the only thing you have to do is heat them up, and they seal and they're watertight. These are a lifesaver. Got them on Amazon. Easy to install. Put your 2 wires in each end and just heat them up. And they seal up and connect your 2 wires together. All right, we got our wires taped up. Make sure they don't get damaged. Just wrap them with electrical tape. All we have to do now is put the bolts back in. Well, first we got to zip tie the wire together and then put the bolts back in and we'll be done. Okay, all the wires are back in place, zip tied. Can you guys read that fine print? Let me see if I can read the instructions here. It says, directions. All surfaces must be clean and tight fitting. Wear gloves to avoid skin contact. Gorilla Glue will stain skin and ruin clothes. 3 easy steps. Step 1. Lightly dampen one surface with water. Do not add water to bottle. Number 2. Spread a thin layer of Gorilla Glue on the other surface. Number 3. Clamp objects together for 1 to 2 hours. You can use heavy objects to achieve clamping pressure. You can use heavy objects to achieve clamping pressure. Bond time improves with better clamping. Full cure in 24 hours. We're on the way to Harbor Freight to pick up some supplies. What is it?
Says self bond means a super tape.
Two-sided tape. They're out.
Yeah. Those things. You don't need anything that fancy.
You received our free promotions and instant savings offers.
I think that is.
And I'm identified as a millionaire for years.
Yeah.
Still ain't found it.
Yeah. When I went to college, I tried to identify as a genius. Close as I got with a smart ass.
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean,
Well, the clamps we bought didn't work. So I applied pressure this way. Angela's gone to the store and swap out the clamps, put them on the door, and we just sit for 2 hours. Full cure is 24 hours. But after 2 hours, we can take that off, stick the trim back on it, put all that stuff up. You can't never get a job done unless you go to Lowe's 2 or 3 times. No. First, we went to Harbor Freight. We bought 3 clamps. They had no two-sided tape and no paint stir sticks. And the paint stir stick we're going to use to clamp to the door so we have a straight edge so it will adhere evenly. So then we went to the second store. We went to Big Lots. Big Lots had nothing. So we should have went to Lowe's in the first place, but these other 2 stores were just closer and we were trying to get this done and over with for the day. But it didn't work out. So the 3 clamps that we bought at Harbor Freight
They're not big enough.
weren't big enough. So Angela's gone. I'm here holding, pressing on the door, trying to get this glue to set up. And so I finally ended up putting some stuff up against the door, hold it so it'll bond together better. Says the glue needs to bond an hour to 2 hours with pressure on it for good adhesion. So I've got stuff up against it now. It got sunny over there. I couldn't sit in the sun anymore. So I got my portable step going into the camper leaning up against it. And I have one of our outdoor rugs leaning up against it, give it a little weight. So we'll see what that does. Anyway, we'll continue on. We wait. I will say this about Tiffin. When you make a call to the warranty department and tell them what you need, they get you in as soon as possible. If you need service there in Winfield or Red Bay, of course, the Wayfarer, we take it to Winfield. I think that's changed now since Thor's in the batch. I think you take everything to Red Bay. They have actually they have campgrounds around about if you need to stay overnight or 2 or 3 days or something that they'll allow you to stay. But that's something you need to call and check on if you're going that way. But I do know they're really good about their warranty work. We've had little issues with the Wayfarer. If you hadn't seen the breakdown on I-95, we'll link it somewhere in this video and you can watch it. We actually broke a serpentine belt on the side of I-95 and sit there for 10 hours before we could get somebody to do something for us. But for the most part, the Tiffin's been really good. We like it. The ease of setup, the ease of driving. It's really easy to drive. It's like driving a big SUV, basically. It's really easy to park. And for us, getting a little age on us, I'll be 72 this year. Dealing with a large fifth wheel or a large Class A, that just wasn't for me. It may be for other folks, but it just wasn't for Angela and I. So we like this one. It's less space, but you make do what you got. We do have a storage unit, and we go by there once in a while and change out clothing for the seasons or wherever we may be going. But so far, the Tiffin's been really good, and we really enjoyed it. Everybody's got repairs and issues and things with, I don't care who it is. If they're telling you they don't have issues, they're not telling you the truth, because they all have issues. You drive them up down these rough, something's going to shake loose, something's going to break. It's just part of the nature, but it's nothing to get excited about, and it's nothing to keep you from full-time RV. And if that's what you got in your mind, there's mobile techs, There's dealerships all across the United States. There's always a place that you can get help, get a resource, getting it fixed, and or just taking it in, having it repaired at a shop somewhere. So don't let all that scare you. I've got this little squirrel running around here. I think he thinks he's my best buddy for some reason. I know what he wants. He wants a freebie to eat. We're not feeding him because we don't want to get anything started on our campsite. Anyway, we'll be talking to you in a minute. All right, this is the moment of truth. We're going to take the clamps off the door and see if it held. Yeah, looks like it held pretty good. And now I got a bunch of glue to clean off before the trim strip back on. All right, this is what the finished product looks like.